Coming up, a sneak peek of the 2022 Ipswich Show, including a last-minute call for entries. In this episode, Ipswich Show Society President Darren Zanow and Events Manager Joanne Hadnutt, with all the highlights and what's new this year. It's Wednesday, April 27, 2022, and I'm Alan Roebuck. Welcome to Ipswich Today, which acknowledges the traditional custodians of the land on which it is produced and pays respects to elders past, present and emerging. This podcast is supported by Kinetics, people-powered web hosting trusted by Australian businesses since 1999. Joining me now at the showgrounds is President Darren Zanow and Events Manager Joanne Hadnutt. Welcome, Darren.
Welcome, thank you.
Nice to be here with you too, Joanne.
Nice to be with you.
Before we talk about this year's show, 2020 was cancelled and amazingly 2021 went ahead. Not all local shows were so lucky. Even the mighty Ecca missed 2 years. Darren, how lucky is Ipswich?
Oh, very lucky, Alan. And look, it did, we were lucky, and of course we did have a great show last year, and we want to have an even better one this year.
Joanne is with us this year for the first time at the Ipswich Show as Events Manager. Let's talk about the show itself. There's a new system for entries, Joanne. How are numbers looking?
Numbers are coming in very quick now. So this year we've introduced Show Day online. So before it was all paper-based, but now people can go to showday.com.au and then enter there. They just need to look for Ipswich Show, and then it's quite an easy system to use. But if there's anyone who is experiencing any difficulties, they just need to call the show office and we're here to help.
Awesome. It's the 149th show. What can we expect to see new this year?
So we have a massive program this year, and we've got 3 different entertainment spaces happening. So we have the Friday night rodeo, which is always a popular draw card for our attendees. We have the fireworks each evening. On the Saturday, we've got the demolition derby, and on the Sunday, we've got the Brute Ute competition and the Dunny derby, and then, of course, our monster trucks. So, but we also have a community program as well that's up at the exhibition centre, and we've got larrikin puppets, and a lot of our community groups are participating this year.
Darren, I'll come to you now. There's been some changes behind the scenes at the Show Society. It seems to be running like a well-oiled machine, and you're the head of that organisation. What else has been happening that we need to know about?
Look, we have had a change in both our constitution as well as the roles that we have in our office, and of course we brought Joanne on board as our events manager. So Joanne's coordinating this year's show. And a lot of changes have come in particular going online with tickets. We started that last year, and of course we're continuing on with that this year, as well as a show day online. So certainly we've stepped it up, being a professional organisation, and getting ready really for our 150th Ipswich show next year, which is going to be something really, really big. So this is a major stepping stone this year. We're 149th show. So yeah, look, we're looking forward to really, we've actually spent double the amount of money this year on promotions and entertainment at the show. So come along and have a look, because there's lots to see.
Last year, the show was blessed with great weather, and I shouldn't jinx it by talking about the weather, but great numbers also, despite the restrictions we had at the time last year.
Yeah, over 33,000 people attended our show over the 3 days and nights last year, and we certainly hope to break that record this year, and we certainly have our fingers crossed for the weather, the good weather that we had last year. Let's have a repeat of that, please.
You mentioned the online ticket sales. I attended a rodeo you had here at the showgrounds a few months ago, and I was surprised how many people had purchased online before arriving. Are you seeing that trend increasing?
We are, yeah, definitely seeing a much more, or people are taking that option up and preparing before they come to the show. And of course, it's so much easier when you get to the gate. If you've got your tickets pre-purchased, it's basically scan and walk straight in. So we do encourage people to have their tickets pre-purchased, as well as even the bonus show ride tickets. They can purchase those online and get the tickets at the gate, redeem the tickets at the gate, or they can come up to the showgrounds here and pick them up as well and buy them from the show office. So no, look, if people would do that, that would be the best way to go, because it certainly takes the strain off the gates and gets you in a lot quicker.
If I can come back to you, Joanne, this is your first rodeo, as it were. How has it been being part of the central organising committee for the show?
Oh, it's been heaps of fun. It really has. There's so many people involved in delivering this show. You'd be surprised at the amount of people, and they are so dedicated and they love this show. So it's been an absolute pleasure.
Being here at the show last year, I got a real sense of that really strong community spirit. And you're right, the amount of volunteers is just amazing.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to put this show on without their support. So there are a lot of people behind the scenes who are busy working right now to help us put this show on. So we can't thank them enough. And we have so many stewards who are doing all those competitions. So if you want to enter in one of our competitions, that's still open. So please enter through show day, and our volunteers will be happy to see you on the day.
There are highlights of what's going to be here to see and do at the show on the Ipswich Show website. I'm sitting with you here at the showgrounds, as I mentioned at the start, and in front of you you've got the draft program for the main arena. What are the highlights there for you?
Well, it would have to be the Friday Night Rodeo, which I mentioned before, but we have the Rooftop Express, so it's a Wild West Arena Spectacular. That has done the circuit at most of the Royal shows. It's an amazing show, so we're really excited to present that this year.
And I think some of the favourites there, Darren, you mentioned the Brute Utes, the Demolition Derby, the Rodeo, and of course the fireworks.
That's exactly right, yeah, and of course lots to see in the pavilions this year too, because we've brought in some new competitions, including Lego and the wood turning, and we've changed a lot around as well. So there's a lot of extra things, and we want to try and change the show around every year. And of course this year as well, we've brought in a section called Australian Made. So it's one section of the show in the pavilion where everything within that area is made locally or made here in Australia. So they're the sort of things that we're trying to get into and have a different slant and a different offering to the showgoer.
I guess too the show can't proceed without the generous support of corporate sponsors. Any you'd like to put a plug in for right now?
Look, our Ipswich City Council are very supportive of our show, and we also have Furniture Court, Best Friends Pets, Riverlink, we've got River 949, and of course Channel 9, our media partners. Queensland Government Urban Utilities, Cross River Rail, Q Legal, and JBS. There's just so many sponsors that we couldn't put the show on without their generous support, and we thank them from the bottom of our heart. We really do.
Well, the show is not far away, the 13th, 14th and 15th of May. It's been great to sit here overlooking the arena, which is very quiet at the moment, but it'll be very different at showtime. Thanks for speaking with us, Joanne Hadnutt.
Thank you.
And Darren Zanow.
Thank you very much.
A reminder, you will find handy links in the show notes, including where to buy your show tickets online. And a production note, I will be working as a contractor at the 2022 Ipswich Show. Ipswich Today is supported by Kinetics, people-powered web hosting trusted by Australian businesses since 1999. This podcast is also listener-supported. Please make a once-only gift or regular donation to help keep it online. Just go to ipswichtoday.com.au and click the donate button on the homepage to make a payment through PayPal. Follow and stream this podcast from your favourite app, including iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcasts, or play Ipswich Today from smart speakers. Music is supplied by Purple Planet Music. This is Alan Roebuck. Thank you for listening.